My name is Nelson. Welcome to Grizzly Suite. What's cracking? How's your butt? So last video I recorded was BAEPSAE, right? I just did like a lyrics video. I kind of got what's going on, right? A little bit. You know, a song against establishment or whatever, right? The older generation. I guess because I've read a little bit about the word or something that's like a negative. Regardless of that, a lot of you suggest that I watch the explanation, so I might as well. I've got some thoughts generally, but I'm gonna go without any thoughts and watch this video and see what's going on, and let's see what's cracking. So I've got 3 videos open, right? The dance practice video, a live version, and the explanation. Now, a lot of you have mentioned that I have to see it live, but one of you exposed the rest of you, and kind of hinted at why you all want me to watch the live. But let's watch the explanation first, right? Because we've heard the song and.
In light of BTS's new comeback, we are taking a look at their fiercest and most political song, BAEPSAE. First of all, you need to know this Korean idiom. 뱁새가 황새를 따라가면 다리가 찢어진다.
A crowd tit, which is a little white small thing, following in the stork, will tear its legs. Okay, because the stork has long legs, right, and can probably run, and the crowd tit maybe. Well,
It
maybe
means when
he'll
you try
explain
to
it.
do something that's out of your reach, out of your capabilities, then you will likely fail. Crow tits or 뱁새 have short legs, but storks have very long legs. So
Yeah.
obviously a crow tit trying to catch up to a stork will likely fail. Here the
Yeah.
storks are referring to people in power, the big companies, conglomerates, and older generations. And in this video, I will focus on the last meaning of older generations because the previous 2 meanings have been covered a lot by other explanations. Here, BTS is using crow tits as a metaphor for the younger generation, or the millennials of South Korea. They are trying very, very hard to catch up with their parents' generation, the baby boomers, or the storks. They also use another metaphor of teacher to refer to the older generation who are born with a golden spoon. They say this because during the ages of the baby boomers in South Korea, they were experiencing huge economic growth and it was extremely easy to get jobs, get housing, and stuff like that. But the economy
This is pretty much like the same in America, right? Where all these like old people are like, just get a job and go buy a house and a car. It's like, bro, that doesn't work anymore. You need 50 jobs to get a freaking house, you know?
in South Korea is now at its maturing stages, and the side effects of ultra-fast economic growth have boomeranged to haunt the current generation. Currently, the millennials are facing extremely high pricing of houses, as well as high disparity between the rich and the poor, and
Disgusting.
also extreme all-time high youth unemployment. In this verse, BTS addresses the social injustices that millennials commonly face in Korean society. For example, passion pay. This is
Passion
a very
pay.
common practice in Korean society where companies basically pay young workers
Oh my
below
God.
minimum wage or nothing at all.
Oh my God. The freaking naming it passion pay is like so evil. It's so evil. It's so evil. That's just
In return
disgusting.
for experience. The company's logic is because they are offering a job and an experience that many young people have passion
Scammers.
for, they are the ones that are actually doing the service for the young people. Enposede is another newly made word that is used to describe the millennials of this decade. They are a generation that have basically given up what many consider to be basic human rights and wants because of extremely high youth unemployment rates and also very low wages compared to living costs. We have many different variations of Mpo sedae to describe the millennials of South Korea. It originally started from Sampo sedae, which is used to describe the millennials that have given up dating, marrying, and giving birth due to economic instability. Then it evolved.
Why would you give up dating because of economic stability? Marriage, maybe. Giving birth, for sure. But dating? How does that, I guess if someone expects, like, fancy restaurant or even a restaurant, but, like, I guess, yeah, dating means to go out on a date, isn't it? It's not just like,
to Oppo
that makes
today, which
sense.
added giving up employment and buying your own house. And then it evolved into 칠포 세대, which added human relationships and hope. Now the word
Oh,
엠포 세대 is most commonly used because they have basically given up all their dreams and hope.
yeah, I'm with you.
In these lines, BTS talks about their want to change the system. The word 정상 in the last lines has a double meaning. First, it means normal, and second, it means top. So basically, not only is BTS talking about how this is not a normal situation, society is sick, but also they are saying we are not at the top yet and we have to push further. Here, BTS addresses how the older generation blames the millennials for their struggles, saying that it is due to a lack of effort. The word
Yeah,
노력
that's
is pronounced 노력 by BTS, and this is a very commonly used internet slang among millennials to sarcastically describe how the older generation blames them for the lack of effort. Baby boomers often neglect the fact how society is completely different now compared to when they were growing up.
which is really funny because it's all their fault, right? Like you literally, you literally like mess up everything from your greed, and then like the new people come in, and you're like, look at what you've done. It's like you did it all.
And also the economic situation is completely different. They also neglect the fact that a lot of the economic problems that these millennials face today were in fact caused by baby boomers. For example, housing prices that are extremely high, so that millennials have basically given up buying their houses. These were driven up by baby boomers buying multiple houses in speculation and for investment purposes. Yet many baby boomers simply neglect the fact and tell the millennials that they should try harder, work harder, so that you can perhaps buy a house 20 years later. On the surface level, these lines just simply seem like a cry for help, a call for a helping hand. However, the word BAEPSAE in the very last line is a very clever play on words. Basically, this word would sound like a curse word to the Korean ear. It sounds very, very similar to shipseya or keseya, which are both very serious curse words in South Korea.
Very
So
serious.
not only are they crying for help, and not only are they asking the protests to unite, but they are also calling the older generations.
Yeah, good stuff. So in the beginning, he kind of mentioned that he will speak only about like the older generation part, but I'm guessing because he said most of the other videos, the other explanation videos, have already talked about the rest. Is the rest like, what is the rest like? The other companies, I'm guessing, more like the general system and stuff that's around, not so much on the baby boomers. But yeah, that's I mean, it's really great because they really don't have to, right? Like bands like this generally don't, groups like that don't generally like go there, right? Because they don't have to. However, the biggest bands always go there, right? Like like the Beatles had a lot of songs that everybody listened to, but they had so many songs that had like a lot more to say and like very very revolutionary and stuff. I guess I guess especially in like in their society as well, right? Where you have to have so much respect on the old people, right? From what I learned from the Spring Day explanation video, which was the worst thing I've seen this year. It kind of makes sense how this is like so revolutionary, right? Speaking up against like the elders, right, is like so taboo, where here, you know, like people don't even get up to let them sit on the bus, you know. So it makes sense. It's, you know, what's very interesting to me is that like big bands in the West, like you know, let's say like Rage Against the Machine, like Killing in the Name of, right? There's no hidden meaning, right? They just up and say it right up. The Prodigy, you know, like their law. They just literally say like F them and their law. There's no need. Either there's no need, or it doesn't. They don't care enough, or maybe they don't have so much trouble if they just up and say like, hey, this sucks, you know, or like, you know, no doubt, like with I'm Just a Girl or whatever that song was, you know, there's like a lot of bands that like they just up and instantly, like when they make like a song that wants to speak against something, they don't hide it at all. Usually it's like even in the title, you know, like it's just like boom, straight up, like American Idiot, you know, boom. There's no like there's no need to like kind of, you know, oh, let's kind of be subtle, right? Where I see here, I'm guessing because everybody has a lot more respect, right? They're much more respectful with each other, and between them, they sort of go a little easier, even though the song is kind of in your face, right? Like it's very in your face, but it's not like straight up like, yo, old people are the worst. You guys freaking ruined everything. Get out of our face, you know? Also, I have to say that yesterday night, like 24 hours ago, when I first heard the song, especially the beginning, I was like, oh, what is this sound? I didn't like it. This morning when I was going to work after the, even in for the premiere, while I was going to work, I heard the song, right? We were in the premiere, and it definitely, like, as soon as I heard that first, right, which at the first time I heard, I was like, hey, wait, what's this noise? I thought it was like two songs playing. I didn't like it. Second, third time, whatever it was, when I heard it going to work, I was like, oh, I kind of like this. And I just want to say, like, in general, a lot of you like will hear me, like I'll hear a song and I'll be like, oh, you know, that part, something, like, and you'll be like, he didn't like the song. No, you know, if I don't like the song, I will be very, very open. Like, okay, this song I don't like it. It's not my style, whatever. But like, I will actively, while I'm listening to it, I will find exactly things that maybe I didn't like, or at least they like took my mind to it. You know, I'm like hyper criticizing, right? This is what I'm doing. I'm hyper criticizing. It doesn't mean like this is a banger, right? It's a banger song, and the more, especially the first time you hear something, maybe something you don't like, but I'm not saying this to be like, oh no, guys, so please stay. I didn't hate the song, you know. It's just so you understand. Like a lot of times, this happens with a lot of songs that I hear. I hyper criticize because I hear it, and this is why I'm here, right? I'm not here to just like a song. I'm here to see, you know, oh, maybe this part, or like, oh, this dance. What is this? Speaking of dance, shall I just go right into and do yeah, let's do the dance practice, right? We'll do the dance. No, we'll see the live first. Let's do the live first. It's gonna be no, it will be on the next video. All right, it will be on the next video. I'll watch it in 15 minutes. Okay. Very cool. Thanks so much for making me watch the explanation. It'd be interesting to see if there are other explanations talking about other parts of like what the song talks about, not so much about the older generation. And it is very respectful of them talking about it, because I know it's like such a taboo subject, how much they respect the elders, which, by the way, I totally don't understand it. An idiot, when he's 5 years old or like 10 years old, will always be an idiot, you know? Like I'm old. I'm just as much as an idiot as I was younger. It doesn't make a difference how old you are, you know. You're not wiser. You're just older. Like, come on. Just because you've heard more things in your life doesn't mean that you know better, you know. It probably the opposite. The older you get a little crazier, right? Sitting on Facebook there. But it is what it is. really good. I'm really getting into the song. I'm gonna go do something and then I'll record the live version. And I'm afraid I'm gonna probably have to one comment kind of mentioned something about about the dance. So we're gonna see what's going on. Thanks so much for watching. This has probably been posted after the live stream. Hopefully I'll be able to do the live stream in the morning, and I'll do the dance video the day after. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. Much appreciated. Rock and rollies.